What's up, everybody? It's your girl Savon, and you're tuned into I'll Grab the Wine. I'll Grab the Wine is a show for the girls and the gals who sometimes need a little wine to say what's on their mind. Here we celebrate success, blackness, and womanhood. So get a glass and listen fast, and I'll grab the wine. Who child? Life has been lifing, but God has been God. I will say, I am so thankful for the evolution of myself, my spirit, just everything. God has truly shown me that He is able and He can. And, you know, I'm just in a totally different space than I was at the top of the year, you know, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, better than I even was yesterday. I know in some of my previous episodes, it was kind of like I stayed in adversity for a little too long, but I'm learning how to evolve, especially with this episode today. So today, I'll be talking about like how they stole my stuff and not my spirit. And but before we get into that heavy topic, I know that you guys have noticed that it's nobody else on this flyer, it's just me. So we're trying something new. I don't need a new year to try something new. I'm going to try something. I'm giving everything my best at this point because that's all I can do. Just give my personal best, and everything else will follow afterwards. So, but before we get into all of that, y'all make sure to support For the Girls. For more information on how to get involved and give back to black mothers in their pursuit of higher education, be sure to visit www.forthegirlssocial.com. Could you see yourself or your products on I'll Grab the Wine? Contact us today about advertising and sponsorship opportunities. So, now that that's out the way, you guys, I really just want to tell you guys a story. Not too long ago, a few months ago, in September, I was on my way to Bible study. Excuse me. Not too long ago, in September, I was on my way to Bible study with Noah. And honestly, I'm back in school now. I'm back in school. I had a full-time job or whatever. And I had so much on my plate that I was trying to balance. And I was trying to make sure, you know, that I was doing my work and that I was doing my schoolwork and that I was trying to be a parent. And then I was feeding myself, edifying myself, like in my spirit and everything. And I just was doing so much, and this day was one of those days where I just knew I was doing too much, but I couldn't stop doing it. And even my spirit just kept telling me like, hey, slow down, but I don't know, y'all. You know how sometimes you just kind of notice your spirit, but you don't really try to listen to your spirit. You're like, yeah, clock that, whatever. I'll probably listen, I'll probably look out, but you know, you don't really do or commit to spirit the way that you should have. And so it was just one of those days. I knew I needed to slow down. I knew it. And I didn't. And so I'm coming home to pick up Noah so we can go to Bible study. I've called home I don't know how many times to make sure that he's ready to go to Bible study, because at this point in time, I'm running late from school because I stayed at school later because I had work to do, and then just all of the things all at once. And so I get home. I just usher Noah in the car. But when I'm walking inside the house, I have my backpack on my back. My backpack has my laptop, all of my school stuff, just everything that consists of my life was in my backpack, obviously, because I'm going from here, there, and everywhere. So I bring my backpack in. And my intent was, obviously, if I'm bringing my backpack in, to sit it down, but I forgot to take it off my shoulder because I'm like rushing Noah at this point. And so because like it's like you know, like I'm rushing him because we're running out of time in my mind, quote unquote, you know. So I rush him, we get in the car, backpack's still in my hand, and I look like, now I'm down the road, and I'm like, why do I even have this backpack here? Like, you were supposed to be in the house. But I'm like, okay, it is what it is, we're already on our way, let's go. Let's just commit to church at this point. Like, don't even think I'm gonna make it, don't want to be there anymore because I just feel rushed. I feel like I want to stop my day. Go to church anyways. Go to church. Meet Benicia. which I've already met her before. We keep up with each other on social. I'll tag her below. But so I see Benicia again, and I'm so excited to see her and hear how her life has evolved and what God is doing in her life and moving and shaking. You know, praise God. You know, I'm at church. So this excitement is in me, and it definitely is like driving me to even go to church, because at this point I'm tired. Like, and then not just tired in the sense of like physically, like at this point in my life I was starting to become burnt out, because like I said, I had school, I had a full-time job, and then I had to be a mom, and then I just went through a breakup, and then I was trying to talk to this a new guy, and it was just a mess. And you know, life was life and for your girl. So my bag is in the car. I look at my bag in the front seat. I'm like, nobody's gonna get this. It's a church. I've never had any problems here. Like, I've gone here for almost a year now. Nothing's been happening. Nothing's been going on. Most people that are here are older people. Like, that's all who's here, and they're older people. So I just, you know, took my little book bag underneath the seat, and then Noah had his devices in the back seat too. Now this is unbeknownst to me. Like, I forgot. So that morning, like I said, I had been in a rush, and I'm about to psychologically go through a burnout. So I forgot that he had his iPad in the back seat, but I remember that he brought his Switch. So all of these tech items in the car, and Noah and I, we go in, we enjoy service. It was amazing. It was great. We come outside. We're playing outside. Mind you, me and Noah play all the time. We play all day. So we're playing in the car. Look, it's two. I put Noah in first, like I always do. I put Noah in the back seat first. And I get to the front seat. And then I put my seatbelt. Like, I try to, you know, click my seatbelt. And then I look, and I just see, like, glass. And I'm like, huh? And then I look up, and my window is completely taken out. And like, my heart is so broken at this time, because, you know, a lot of times we think that it's money that we care about, or like care about spending money. But in that moment, it wasn't about money for me. It was about, I worked so hard for my car. I worked so hard for my belongings. Like, you don't know what I did for those things. Like, and it's not even the money. It's like, you don't know that I freaking was staying up all night. Do you know how many times I had to say no to my son before I could actually tell him yes? And you're just stealing my shit? Like, and it hurt me so bad that immediately crying, like, I'm broken. And it wasn't about the money. That's what it was. Like, it wasn't about the money. I was thinking in those moments, in the actual moments, I'm like, they stole my things. They stole, like, you know, like, are me and Noah even safe at this point? Because did you just want to steal my things to, you know, just be a stupid jackass? Or like, were you like gunning for me? Because honestly, I was the only person that had got hit in the entire lot. So now I'm like, you know, forward thinking, complex thinking, or whatever, and I'm nervous. And so you know, I had all of these emotions. And the men of the church, shout out to the men of the church, because they really they came together, and they were, you know, like around me and Noah, because at this time it's like 9 o'clock at night, and DPD doesn't come to the scene when somebody steals your shit. They're not coming out there. They're like, call us, but we won't see you. So I didn't see them. So I'm trying to get my thoughts together. I call my dad, and he's talking to the men of the church. Well, he gets there, and then he's talking to the men of the church, and then he starts asking me questions. Like, side note, hold on, what can I do? Can I do this? Black parents, why when you see that your child is in distress, why do you start asking them questions? Huh? What about that? Like, tell me. I need an answer. I am literally in a puddle of tears. Don't ask me anything. I cannot answer it. I don't have the answers, Sway. Not right now. I'm trying to pick my face up off the floor. So he's asking me 50-11 questions. That's a better one. I will do that. But so he's asking me 50, 11 questions. And I'm like, I literally said, I don't know. And it was so rude, and it hurt my heart the moment that I said it, because I knew I was just hurting. And so immediately I said, I'm so sorry, that was so misdirected. And I just started crying even more, because I'm just like so emotional. Like, I'm a gangster till you, hold on, interject. I'm a gangster to the men, okay? To the men. I'm mean to the men. But in real life, I be crying. Real tears. And that's just that. So, I'm doing all this crying or whatever. My dad's there. He's like, we're going to take care of everything, blah, blah, blah. And then in that moment, I remember I have finals next week. My school computer and my work computer are in there. My notes from a full semester are in there. I have finals next week. I need to study. Baby, when I tell you, I was already sad, but I got sick to my stomach. Because I was like, huh, what am I going to do? So you take my job from me. You take my shit. And then school too. School is wrapped up in there. I'm like, you guys have swiped me. Okay? I'm hurting. And then Noah says, where's my Switch? And then we realized, like, they stole his things. Baby, when I tell you, he started crying, and I just felt so, like, I felt so heavy. So as soon as he started crying, I stopped crying, and I just tried to console him as best I could. Baby, when I say it was a mess. So that was the day, right? It gets worse. It gets worse. So I tell my boss instantly. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling her as soon as I get home. I'm like, listen, no, I didn't even get home. I was still on the scene. So I text her there. I was like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to work tomorrow. Like, they stole my laptop. They stole everything. I need to, like, and there's nothing that I can do. And they stole my work laptop. And so this lady tells me, ooh, this is really bad timing, but I guess I can give you tomorrow off. Sweetie, what else is going to happen? I have nothing. I don't even have the capacity in my mental space to work. Help me understand what I was going to do. So that was one side. And then the next side, so I tell I had a group project due that night. And I tell my group, I just text them and say, hey, all my stuff got stolen. I was still working on like a few more pieces. It was like data analytics, so I still needed to run a few more T-tests or whatever. T-test, P-test, whatever, Chi-test. I don't even remember what I was running, but I was running some tests. And, baby, I had a really great group. Shout out to my group. Shout out to Madeline. Like, when I tell you, Madeline and Xander, Buka butt. Listen. Talk about anybody else. Those two, don't say a word. Don't even think it. Because, baby, let me tell you, them two people that had my back for real in that time, and that's what's up. But, so they really helped me out on the group project or whatever. But my professor, he ends up saying, he was like, so I'm still on the scene at this point. He's responding in real time, which is kind of crazy because it was really late. He says, can't believe it until I see a police report. You know what? You know what? Yeah, and that's exactly how I felt. Because what the hell are you talking about? I'm really trying to get myself together. I can't even get myself together, and you're talking about I'm looking at a police report? Are you serious? And I know I be talking fast sometimes, y'all, but sorry. I'm trying to slow down, but he really had me messed up in that moment in time. So, anyways, that happens. That's a Wednesday. Thursday, you know, my sister comes through, Coco, she comes through with some flowers because I had a really rough night. She comes by, she brings me flowers. I thought it was so beautiful. Just so blessed to have a friend like her, right? And Thursday, I needed my day to go like that because like I had to go to the police station and try to get a police report, not just for school but for my job. And it was just like and then Noah still had to go to school, and he was really sad, and I'm having to address his feelings. And then on top of that, the night before, which is what I forgot to tell you all, like the night before I had stayed up until like 1 or 2 in the morning because DPD ended up calling me and getting back with me so I could file the police report. It was just stuff after stuff after stuff, just like I'm exhausted. So that Thursday, I'm trying to get stuff in order with just like work and school. Just trying to figure things out. Trying to figure out how to get my car fixed. Call the insurance. Insurance says, ooh, that sounds tough. But let me tell you something. You don't meet your deductible. And on top of that, we don't cover personal items. You should get personal insurance for that. And I was like, nah, baby, I pay $260 American dollars every single month. Do you know how angry and upset I was when they said, babe, do it yourself, bookie. Do it yourself, bookie butt. So $1,300 out the window. I had to pay for the window to be replaced. The window to be replaced was $370. Then I had to get another computer. That was $975. Then I had to get my car clean, $180. And there's still glass, and so just a whole bunch. And I'm trying to find my happy space, right? Friday comes. No, we're still on Thursday. So all of this is happening on Thursday. And I could be this guy that I've been talking to, right? Mistake. So I go over to his house after my window gets fixed. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to relax, trying to ease my mind, drink a little bit, have a little fun, just relax. I get over there, and we're enjoying each other's company, whatever. For him to tell me that, I just don't think I'm just like 100% happy with this. And I didn't want to tell you, but like I think now is a good time to tell you. Mind you, this is somebody that I was on the phone with last night, the entire night, when all of this stuff was happening. So like I don't enjoy you in that way. Thank you for being honest and direct. Your timing is actually terrible. And yeah, thank you for that. So, needless to say, that made me sadder. And so, that next morning, I woke up, and I thanked God that I was alive, and I thanked God that I was awake. But I could not stop crying. Like, I woke up and I was crying. I was crying in my dreams. I woke up and I was crying when I woke up. And then Noah, I woke him up out of bed, and he was like, Mom, why are you crying? I was like, baby, I just can't stop crying right now. And I just have a lot of big feelings that I really can't explain. But I'm just like, the biggest one that I have is sad. I'm just sad. And I'm going to keep crying because I can't stop. My heart is hurting. So I'm going to give my absolute best like this today, because every day we tell each other, like, you have to give your absolute best. And I said, today, this is me giving my best. Like, this is me giving my absolute best. Is I'm going to continue to cry while I get you ready for school, because it's my best today. And he was like, okay, as long as you're doing your best. And that was when I realized that you don't raise kids, you raise adults. And he's on a great path. Because to exercise so much empathy, and say like, okay, well, you're doing your best. And he's always helpful, but it was just a different type of helpful. Like, I was crying, he would go get tissue. Usually I have to tell him everything. He was bringing more things to me because I was moving slow. Like, I was crying, moving slow. And it was just like one of those moments where I was just like, oh my God. Like, God is so amazing, because this kid is just great. I couldn't ask for a better one. So that was a really real and raw moment. And I'm so thankful for my baby. Because, yeah, Yeah, I told you I'm a thug to these men, but everywhere else I be crying, and that almost took me back. But, you know, so after Friday, after I cried the whole entire time, I cried until like 2. So I got up at 7 and I was crying, and I didn't stop crying until 2. And then after I stopped crying, my sister called me, we talked, and I couldn't do anything but thank God for being in the position that I was in, because you want to know what I learned, y'all, is that I realized that a year ago, if this would have happened, I would have been set back so bad, but I wasn't. It cost $1,300. I paid it. That was it. That was the end of it. I had it extra to do what I needed to do, and once upon a time that wasn't my story. That could have crushed me once upon a time, but it wasn't. It didn't. I'm okay. I also learned that, like, I figured out who to call. My sister, I could call her. My parents, I could call them. My dad, he's there. Don't matter. I figured out who I could call in my time of need, and I figured out very quickly what I need from men. As somebody who is currently dating, I realized that it's really important to have a man that's not just about this. Like, he gotta do this. He gotta, like, I need some show me right now. Like, it took nothing for my sister to come and bring me some flowers. You think I got flowers from men who are always trying to take my time, be on my phone? I didn't get flowers. I didn't get cookies. I didn't get a damn dime on anything that happened to me. Like, it made me realize very quickly that the caliber of men that I had been surrounding myself with, they're not it. And it's not that I needed anything. It's just that when you see somebody that you're down with, down, ain't you supposed to be down? So I learned that too. I learned that, like, I had to watch the company that I keep. As far as the case, I still don't know who did it. There's detectives still working on it or whatever, but I don't know who did it. And honestly, it could be somebody I know, it could be somebody I don't know. The only thing that I do know for sure that the detective told me, that it's a woman, and a woman did it. And so, it is what it is. But in everything, I truly learned that they can take my stuff, but they can't take my spirit. The entire time I knew that God was God. I knew that God was going to be and work exceedingly and abundantly above anything that I could ever imagine or ask for. My things were taken. My spirit was broken. But it wasn't stolen. I put myself back together as best as I could, as best as I knew how. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it looked like Friday. Because Friday wasn't just Friday. Friday was the first time that I had one of those, times. But it looked like Friday. And then after that, I took my finals. And yeah, they were harder. And yeah, one of them I freaking failed. Just because I didn't have my notes and I couldn't study. But you know what? I'm still here. I'm still standing. Like, I didn't go down without a fight. Like, I just knew that God was going to perform. He's still performing, which is so amazing. And I just feel like my faith journey has brought me so far, because once upon a time, it would be so difficult for me to just keep going. I would have been like, oh my God, adversity, stop. Adversity, that must mean I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing. And you know what? Sometimes when you're met with adversity, it doesn't mean you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing. Maybe you're doing the exact thing that you're supposed to be doing, because you have to keep pushing. And that's what I realized, that I be talking about God, but was I really walking about God? Because if I was really walking about God, why wouldn't I think that He would not provide or not prevail or not, show up and show out for me on my behalf? Like, So I really had to check myself, and I had to realize that God is still in control of my situation. God still has His hand on me, and God has not forgotten about me. It was hard. It was hard. But, baby, that's what I learned. As far as safety measures, though, I have amped up my safety measures. Starting to go to the range a little bit more because it's just important for me to do that. Starting to, like, start talking with Noah a little bit more about safety and what it looks like and how to be safe and all of that stuff. It's kind of difficult. Noah's almost 7, but it's something that I probably should have been trying to incorporate anyways in the world that we live in. It's just so much shit going on. So, just making sure that I'm prepared, having a gun. I'm in Texas. I know that that's kind of touchy, but I'm a single woman in Texas, and so I'm gonna have one of those motherfuckers. So, having a gun, knowing how to shoot it, knowing how to put it away, all of that stuff, having, like, protective gear on me, just something to hide, discreet, all of that. And that's kind of what I did to make sure that it don't happen again. Fool me once, fool me once. Okay. But honestly, you guys, just make sure you slow down. I think the moral of this whole entire story for me was that, yeah, they stole my stuff, but they couldn't steal my spirit, but make sure you slow down. I feel like all of this could have been prevented had I just slowed it down and listened to my spirit and my intuition. Like, I didn't feel like going. I should have listened to that. I should have known that it was something like in me to say, like, no, maybe you shouldn't go. Like, what's the big deal? Like, do you have to go? Like, you could have done this same thing online because they do it online. You could have watched it online. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I look back and I play the day all over, it's some things that I directly played a part in. Of course, that does not excuse any raggedy motherfucker to steal your shit. That does not. We'll leave that be. But that doesn't excuse anybody from stealing your stuff. But it does say, like, sometimes we can be a lot more preventative than we think. So, of all of this, I hope that you guys just slow down. Just slow down. It's okay. Like, if you're late, you're late. It's just, like, you were going to be late anyways. It doesn't matter if you're 5 minutes late or 10 minutes late. You were going to be late. So slow down. If your gut is telling you don't. Like, and you gotta really know the difference between your gut and your fear, okay? So, but slow down, because I think if you slow down just a little bit, you'll be able to know the difference. So, if you didn't get anything else from today's podcast, just slow down. But yeah, that's all I have, you guys. So now we're to the wind down, and Let That Shit Go is the part of the show where we have to let go of something that no longer serves us. I'll tell about me and you think about you. But today I'm letting go of this perception that we belong to people. And I know that's like high level, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll do a podcast about that too. But we don't belong to people. We really belong to God, and God allows us to share space and time with people, and we just have to enjoy them and the time that we share. So I'm letting go of this thought of, like, people belong to me. No, people don't belong to you. I get to borrow them. I get to use them a little while, but I don't get to keep them. They don't belong to me. Be sure to write in the comments. Let me know what you're letting go of this week. If you let that shit go, we have got to drink to that. And I'll drink to that as the part of the show where we celebrate something about you. Make sure you write that one in the comments as well. But today I would love for you all to celebrate that I am another week closer to graduation. It seems so surreal right now. I feel like, that I just started, but it's almost over. And that is so crazy to me. I'm so excited. I'm elated. God is so good. It has been a journey, child, but we still going. Still in it. Y'all don't know. Maybe y'all don't know. But I wish Muffin had that clip back up. I'm going to put Adrian's information down below. But if Muffin still has that, still in it. Still holding on. Y'all, if you like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button for me. Make sure to hit the download button as well. If you're listening on any streaming platforms, make sure to give me that thumbs up, thumbs up, because I'm so thankful for all of you guys, and it just lets me know that you guys like my content, y'all like what I'm doing, and y'all want me to do a little something more. So I'm really thankful and glad to be back, glad to be here, glad to be on this platform, kind of doing it like this. This is great. This is awesome. I'm a little tired, but you know, this is pretty good. We'll see though. I want to know what y'all think. Make sure put that in the comments as well. Tell me what you thought about the show. Yeah, you make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. 2 SEVON on all social media platforms. Check that link below right there. You can hit it if you are. Anytime you want to know what's going on with me, make sure you click that link that's below. It's gonna tell you everything you need to know about me, what I got going on, what's up next. Okay, and until next time, I'll grab the wine.